Hi guys, it's Derek here from Ignite, and I wanted to show you really quickly how you can find out how many people are searching for your competitors on Google. Your competitors as well as your practice, of course. And I want to show you how you can find that out for free and what you're missing out on by not ranking at the top of the search results. So, a very funny marketer once said that the best place to hide a dead body is on page 2 of Google. Now, it's a very cringeworthy marketing phrase, but sadly, it's true because around 88 to 92% of searches on Google end on page 1. What I mean by that is if someone is searching for Bristol Invisalign or Bristol Orthodontist, they will go on Google, they'll type that in, and they will choose one of the first 10 search results on Google. Now, as you can see from this chart, the majority of the clicks will tend to go to the first practice that shows up in that list, and then a smaller majority will go to the second and third results and so forth. But really, you can see that by the bottom of the first page, you're only getting 2 or 3% of clicks on the first page. So you're not really getting that many searches coming through. You're not getting that many visitors coming through to your website. And of course, you're not going to be able to get that many inquiries from that. Now, this is page 1 of Google, let alone page 2. So if you take that number, only 8 to 12% of searches, people will tend to go to page 2 or 3 or 4 on Google. And so if you're ranking there, then someone's already gone through every single search result on the first page. Then you're really kind of scraping the barrel. If you're on page 2 or 3 of Google, you're not going to get a meaningful number of inquiries through those search results. So let's take a quick example to take you through. Take this lovely specialist orthodontist practice in Bristol. I don't know them. I've just found their website basically, but they're orthodontists, so clearly they are oriented around orthodontics and teeth straightening. And as you can see, their entire website here is around their teeth straightening offer. They're offering a free video consultation. They're talking about the retainers and the whitening and the discount that's included. So clearly they are in the market for Invisalign or straight clear aligner patients. Now, I happen to know that this is a Platinum Elite provider, so they are quite a substantial provider of Invisalign in Bristol. So really, one would assume or one would hope or one would think that they are ranking high up in the search results when you search for something like Bristol Invisalign. Now, let me show you how you can actually find out where these people are ranking, where your practice is ranking, where your competitors are ranking. There's a really great tool called Moz, M-O-Z. So if you go to moz.com, you can actually get a free trial. I think you've got to put your credit card details in, but you get 1 month free, so you can always go and cancel later if you're not using it. And what you can do is you can basically put your website address in there, and it'll give you all the information in terms of the keywords that you're ranking for. So what I've gone and done is I've taken their website address, I've popped it into Moz, and look, here are the search results, or this is where that specific practice is ranking on Google. Now, as you can see, Google has 10 results on the first page. Now, as you can see from the rankings here, there's only 2 keywords, right? There's only 2 keywords where this specific specialist practice is ranking on the first page of Google, and that is Invisalign Bristol Price and Smile Orthodontics Bristol, and they're ranking in 8th place. Now, at 8th place, they're only going to be capturing about 3% of the searches that are looking for those keywords. So not great. Now, if we scroll further down, and I've circled it here for you, for Invisalign Bristol, which is a very relevant and high intent keyword, they are ranking number 13, right? So that is 13. So there's only 10 results on the first page of Google. So that means they are somewhere on the second page of Google. Not great. Now, I've gone to Google, I've taken screenshots of the first page and the second page of Google, and there you have it. There you have it. They're ranking right there on like second or third place on the second page of Google. Now, again, I told you these are Platinum Elite providers. They are probably quite a big player in Bristol. They're clearly doing a good volume of clear aligner cases and Invisalign cases, but they're nowhere to be seen as far as Google is concerned. So how many searches are they actually missing out on? So how many people are searching for things like Invisalign Bristol or Bristol Orthodontist or whatever, and going to that first page of Google and not clicking on their link? So there's a way to actually find out, and that's by going to the Google Keyword Planner. So if you go to Google, type in Google Keyword Planner, you'll get this screen. And here, if you click on search, get search volume and forecasts, what you can do is you can type in specific keywords and you can find out exactly how many people are searching for those keywords in your specific area. And you can basically find out, how many of those people are you missing out on versus how many of those people are you capturing in your website. So I've gone ahead and done that as I did before with Moz. And here I've just typed in a few relevant keywords that perhaps this clinic, this specialist orthodontist clinic should be ranking for. Now, we've already talked about keywords like Invisalign Bristol and Orthodontist Bristol. Now, here we get sort of an average of the monthly searches that are done using that keyword. So actually, Invisalign Bristol, there's only 100 to 1,000 searches per month, which, you know what, that's not a lot, but actually it's a very, very relevant specific keyword. If someone goes to Google, they type in Invisalign Bristol, they're probably a patient who's in the market for Invisalign in Bristol, right? So that's a very, very high intent keyword. So even 100 searches or 500 or 1,000 searches a month is really, really relevant, and you can really capitalize on that. Now, another keyword I found here was Orthodontist Bristol. There's about between 1,000 and 10,000 searches a month for that, and the competition is low, right? There's not many people that are advertising using that keyword. So what that means is that this practice, they're not ranking for these keywords. They're not ranking on the first page for these two keywords. They are missing out on 90+% of the searches that are on there. Now, there's plenty of more keywords that I found, like Bristol Orthodontics Kingswood, Teeth Straightening Bristol, Smile Makeover Bristol, Invisible Braces Bristol, etc., etc., etc. Look, here, there's 2 pages of potential keywords there that, they add up. I mean, there's only between 10 and 100 searches per month for Orthodontist Bristol Clifton. But actually, those are all really, really high intent searches where, people are in the market for that specific treatment in that specific area at that point in time. And that's the beauty of Google. It's like a sniper rifle. It's like really super accurate, laser targeted. It tends to capture a patient's maximum intent. So what do we do about this? Well, first of all, you can invest in SEO, and you should be investing in SEO. But SEO is a long-term investment. You can't just sort of flip a switch and be on the first page of Google at the top right away. SEO takes time. You need to do work on your website. You need to do work on other websites that link to you. You need to make sure everything is super optimized. And that can take months, sometimes years, to get to the top of a specific search, especially if it's like a high competition area. I imagine Bristol is fairly high competition. It's a good sized city. There's plenty of providers there. So how else can you get to the top? Well, of course, the other way to get to the top is through Google Ads, right? And so with Google Ads, what you do is you actually bid on a specific keyword like Bristol Invisalign, and you tell Google, okay, I'm willing to pay up to, let's say, £2 when people click on my ad. So if you go and show my ad, put it at the top of the search results, I will pay you £2 when someone clicks on my link. And that's how Google Ads works. And it's a great way to sort of complement your organic searches. So people are already going to be searching for you in your area, but if there's gaps in your searches, as we've seen with this specific clinic, then you can kind of fill those gaps with Google Ads, and you can still capitalize on that traffic, on those people that are searching. So let's, for example, take the Orthodontist Bristol keyword, okay, and that we saw just now. There's between 1,000 and 10,000 searches per month for that. It's low competition, and the keyword bids that you need to place are sort of between £1 and a bit to just over £5. Okay, now don't worry about that for now. But a good Google ad campaign, okay, and it depends on your location and on the quality of the ads, quality of the landing page, depends on how competitive the area is and that sort of thing, who else is advertising. But a good Google ad campaign for something like Invisalign or teeth straightening can capture between 5 and 15% of people who are basically searching for a specific keyword. Okay, so every time your ad is shown, between 5 and 15% of people who are shown your ad like this in the search results will tend to go ahead and click on your ad, depending on how good it is, right? Now, if you just even take the bottom bit there, the sort of the lowest average monthly searches that we might get for Orthodontist Bristol, that's 1,000 searches per month. So 1,000 searches per month at 5 to 15%, that's between 50 and 150 more visitors to your website or to your landing page every month. And, a good landing page can convert up to around, let's say, on average, about 10%, give or take, sometimes better, sometimes worse, of patients. So just by adding one specific keyword like that, right? And if you do it in a good structured campaign, you can get between 5 and 15 new orthodontist patient inquiries per month, just like that, without investing in SEO or anything like that. And, the beauty of Google Ads is that it's generally quite quick. So, it's not, okay, you don't flip a switch, but within a couple of weeks, you could be showing up on the first page of Google on top, ahead of your competitors, and you can start capitalizing on some of those searches that your patients or that your potential patients are making that currently you're losing to your competitors. Now, As it happens, and here's a little interesting report from Dengro. Some of you might know the Dengro CRM system. After referrals and word of mouth, so after organic search, right? That tends to be sort of people who are aware of your practice, word of mouth, friends referring the practice, and after referrals from other practices potentially or other websites, paid search, so Google Ads, tends to convert the best at about 12% of leads tend to be converted to treatment for things like orthodontics. So if you're looking at 5 to 15 inquiries, additional inquiries per month, if you're doing your job well and you're following up with those patients, you're getting them into the chair, you're looking at a couple more cases per month at least, and that is just from one keyword. But a good Google ad campaign will tend to use dozens, if not hundreds of keywords like this to capitalize on those searches. But I just want to show you how easy it is actually to start ranking at the top, and also to start seeing that convert into patients for you, convert into treatment, because that's ultimately what it's all about. Okay, so just one keyword can get you between one and a couple of cases per month for your practice that you wouldn't ordinarily have otherwise. Cool. I hope that was useful for you. Those tools, remember, are called moz.com, moz.com. Like I said, there's a free trial there. And the other one that you want to have to play with is the Google Keyword Planner. If you search for that in Google, you'll find it. And then click on Get Search Volume and Forecast. You can start to play around with some of the keywords and see what you're missing out on and what you really should be working on, either from an SEO point of view or from a Google ad point of view. Listen, if you have any questions, just send us a DM. And one of us will get back to you. We're happy to help, and we can have a quick look at your Google campaign if you want to. And of course, if you want more tips and tricks like this, then follow us on Instagram. We're at ignitegrowth.io. We'll see you there.